I was reading a story on your old friend Buff Bagwell that at one point, I don't know if you were here at this point, but he got suspended because he was talking to Luger in front of a door and some production guys were trying to bring a rug through the door and they asked him to move and he wouldn't move. So he punched this guy that's just trying to do his job. Did you
Yeah,
ever hear?
yeah, well, there was a couple incidents like that. I know one day, uh, Marcus, and the reason I know this, I was pretty good friends with a lot of the production guys. Because I was born and raised blue collar, so they'd always we do the pre tapes and this and that, and so I became friends with all of them. So they used to tell me a couple stories about Marcus, and I never saw any of it, but I can tell you what they told me. And I know Marcus got suspended maybe more than once for that. Uh, I know one guy was messing with the cords or something, and Marcus was coming in the building with his luggage, and the cords weren't. I mean, it was early. They usually put them in these things where they hide them so you can walk over these little ramps to hide the cords. Excuse me. And I guess the cords weren't up yet, and Marcus kind of stumbled his bag and tripped over it or whatever, and he punches the guy, and I don't know if he hurt him or knocked him out or whatever, but I guess he beat the guy up, and from and since me and Bagwell had our differences, we've made up since. And I don't want to say nothing bad about Marcus, but that's just what I heard back then. And I'm sure Marcus is a different person than that now, and he'd probably admit that he was wrong.
Yeah, some of it has been documented, and I think that some of that probably contributed to why WWE didn't use him for longer because he was really over in WCW. But
Yeah,
there was
but
all
well, let's
those.
be honest, man. Marcus looked great. His body looked great. And back in the day, he could work, but once he got that NWO spot and stuff, let's be honest, man, his matches weren't 5-star matches. And then by this point, he was, you could visibly see that he was on the gimmicks pretty hard. So, you know, uh, whether that was the case or not, that's just what I saw.